God, I love it when a plan comes together or falls apart at the very last minute and we are left with nothing to do but improvise. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Pub Trivia Experience. My name is Chris, and tonight we have got another Mike versus Chris one-on-one matchup out of necessity, I think we call it. Out of necessity. First and foremost, we want to send our well wishes over to our good friend, Steven, my friend. We're not going to get into details here, but please get feeling better soon. Get your ass back on the show. But we had different plans tonight. We were supposed to be recording. Mike, tell everyone what we were supposed to be doing tonight.
Well, the original plan was that we were going to be recording a commentary track for the cinematic masterpiece you all know and love called Batman and Robin.
So bad.
I have not seen it since it came out in theaters, and I saw it in theaters. And I remember it for its badness, but I was still a teenager at that point, so I can only imagine how much worse I will find it given the passage of time and adult perspective. But that actually does dovetail into, I had selected a special beer specifically for the occasion because I was actually gifted this beer by a friend of mine about a week ago, right around when Chris and I were first talking about this. And I bookmarked this beer for Batman and Robin because it was so perfect, because it is called, and I kid you not, Combat Spandex. I mean, I could not have made that, like, literally got this beer as a gift from a friend of mine. A day later, Chris is like, hey, you want to record a commentary track for Batman and Robin? And I was like, yes, I do. And I have the beer for it.
That's awesome.
Man. So this is from Hoof-Hearted Brewing, which is, I should really look this stuff up beforehand, out of North Haven, Connecticut. It is a sour triple India Pale Ale with mango, kiwi, vanilla, and milk sugar added.
So not a huge sours fan. I like some sours. Not a big IPA fan. That sounds delicious.
I'm not usually a big sour fan either. Alan is actually really working on me to try and get me more into sours. Several of my friends have just told me that I just need to drink better sours. And so far, they've actually been proven right. This is actually very good. It's very refreshing. It goes down very easy, which is dangerous because it also happens to be 11.4% alcohol by volume.
Woo! Oh, this is gonna be, and that's not a small can either. That's a 16.
It is. It's a pint can. Yeah.
Pint can. Okay. How many ounces are in a pint? I don't even know.
16.
Boom.
I believe 16. Yeah.
So my liquor has not gotten to me yet, ladies and gentlemen. I have got a bottle here. I actually like this bottle a lot. I've never actually mixed it, so I'm mixing it tonight. This is a private barrel selection here from Sunshine Liquors in Palm Harbor, Florida. This is the George Dickel Sour Mash 9-year private barrel. Dickel, if you're a whiskey fan, is a unique tasting whiskey. I am actually a pretty big fan of this. I actually like Sour Mash. The couple of Sour Mashes I've had have been great, and this Dickel is no exception. But I am mixing it tonight because we don't know how long we're going to be here, with a little bit of Diet Coke. Ooh, emphasis on a little bit. Oh, man. Okay.
I'm going to spare you, like, in my head as you're talking about Sour Mash. I started singing it to the tune of Monster Mash, but I'm going to spare everybody my actual singing, but I'm just going to plant that little nugget in everybody's head.
Oh, my Lord. So Mike and I have called an audible because we want to record that episode with Steven.
Definitely.
It just seems like the perfect thing right up Steven's alley. So once he's back, we'll get that episode recorded. So instead, Mike and I are trivia fans, and we have grabbed a box, or 2 boxes really, because, Alabama and Florida aren't that close. 2 boxes of Trivial Pursuit Genus Edition cards. And we are going to play trivia one-on-one. And the categories are as follows: geography, entertainment, history, arts and literature, science and nature, and sports and leisure. And the Genus Edition, Mike, all of these questions, they came out, I think both these versions are before we were both born, right?
I mean, what I have is the original Genus. I played it so much growing up, the board is actually falling apart, but I still have the whole thing. And the original Genus came out in 1981. which happens to be the year I was born. So yes, all of these things that are covered on these cards predate us.
Yeah, mine's actually the same version. The really old box. It's been in my parents' attic for a long
Yep.
time. And I don't think I've ever actually played this version of it before. I play a lot of the pop culture.
Yeah.
That's definitely more my speed, but we're going to play Genus Edition, and I'm ready to get my ass kicked by Mike. So the way this is going to work is we're going to play the first one to complete 2 answers to each category. We will go back and forth asking each other questions. Once you get 2 in a category, that is considered closed, and then we will go to the next category. Mike has got his pie holder right there. I am instead using a pad. He has a pie holder for me as well.
No, I've got 2 for myself because we have to each answer 2 questions correctly.
Oh, here I thought you were being chivalrous.
No. Nikki's laughing, and she's not even in the state right now, and she's laughing just cosmically at the mere thought of that, I'm sure.
Well, she's in my state. I think she's like a half hour away from me, right?
That is probably true. Yep.
All right, Mike. So we're in a little bit of a weird spot here because the last couple times we've played 1-on-1, I have won. I'm counting the 1-on-1 game with Sarah.
Okay, that's fair.
But historically, you are up 4 wins to 1 against me in 1-on-1 games.
Correct.
But I have the most recent win.
You do.
So,
but I have played the Genus Edition somewhat extensively, at least in my past, and you've said you've never played it before. So
correct.
I think you should get first.
I will take first dibs then. So I'm a little nervous because I consider myself pretty decent in geography, and this is going to make me sound dumb as hell. So,
a couple things to bear in mind. The Soviet Union still existed at this particular point in time, and Germany was split, and a lot of other countries, Yugoslavia, Czechoslovakia, etc. Those were countries that were still in existence at the time. So many of these questions may be outdated. I'll try and flag them if they are, but
oh no, I think it's part of the fun of it. Personally, don't flag them.
Yeah,
let's just go with where the question is. It's going to be more fun that way. Okay, Mike. All
right, Chris, I have your card.
I am going to start with geography.
And you're probably going to start with the correct answer. What is the former name of Cape Canaveral?
Oh my God, I don't know. I live in Florida, for God's sake.
Have you ever been over there?
Not in a long time. I think I went there when I was like 13 to visit the area. Now that I think about it, they may be bullshit. I may never have actually been there.
Fair enough.
Okay, so I'm trying to think of names around Florida that I've heard of that would make sense. The only thing I can get to is that Canaveral sounds like Carnival and Barnum and Bailey's is here. There can't be any logical inference there, but Ponce de Leon was big for Florida. I'm going to say it was Port de Leon.
That's a guess.
Not a right guess.
Who would you say, in terms of famous figures in American history, would be most closely associated with America's space program who is not an astronaut?
Probably Kennedy.
Kate Kennedy is your answer.
I've honestly never heard that. Okay. Mike, which category do you want?
I am going to start with arts and literature.
And you were definitely starting with the correct answer because even I know this one. Mike, what letter was the Scarlet Letter?
Nice. It was a big, bright red letter A for adultery.
It was a letter A. Nicely done.
Pie piece. Now, are we doing like in Trivial Pursuit where you get to keep going until you get an incorrect answer?
Sure.
I was kidding, but I'm happy to play that way if you want.
Yeah, that's how the game is played. Let's do it. What do you want next?
All right. I almost feel like I should be rolling dice or something. Actually, in fact, I have a die here. That's what I'm going to do. That is exactly what I'm going to do because we're improvising. And of course, I rolled a 1, which means geography.
Okay, this one is actually very gettable as well. Mike, What South American body of water is known as the Lake of the Clouds?
The first one that sprang into my head, but it's mostly because of the Animaniacs, is Lake Titicaca. But given its location, it probably would be pretty high up in at a pretty high elevation. I'm trying to think of what the Spanish word for cloud is. I'm not.
It's titty.
But yeah, I don't know that I'm going to be able to come up with that at all. And that's the lake that I can name in South America. And I think it at least would be a fairly high elevation. So I will say Lake Titicaca.
Lake Titicaca is a correct answer. I'm in an early hole here, ladies and gentlemen.
Woohoo!
Oh, man. All right, Mike, what are you going with next? Roll your dice.
Let's see what the die has to say. The die has been cast, and the answer is history.
Who described Fidel Castro as the sexiest man I ever met?
Oh my goodness! What a great! I love that this is a thing, but I have no idea. I'm trying to think. Like, I feel like it would probably be a comedian of some kind, but I don't know who that would be. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go back and actually think about historical figures. Would it be like maybe somebody, somebody who was the leader of the Soviet Union, maybe like a Khrushchev or somebody like that? I don't really know. It's probably not Khrushchev. I was just thinking, like, because I can't picture Khrushchev saying that. I was just trying to think. Gosh, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like a comedian around that era who would have actually met Fidel Castro. I guess they don't. That doesn't necessarily. If it was just a joke, it wouldn't necessarily be required. But I don't know. I'll say Mel Brooks. I have no idea.
Mike's gone with Mel Brooks, and that is unfortunately an incorrect answer. Mike, if I had told you it was the wife and mother of famous Canadian politicians, would that have helped at all?
No.
She is I think the only woman, if I'm not mistaken, that could be claimed as both the wife of a Prime Minister of Canada and the mother of a Prime Minister of Canada. It's Margaret Trudeau.
Oh.
And I can sound really smart by saying that because I just looked it up.
I was going to ask. I was very impressed. You should have just let that one hang out there.
No, I did that once in college and got arrested, so we're not going to do that again.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I'm up. You know what? I once bitten, twice shy. The two geography questions have been gettable, so you're laughing. You're laughing. That's not a good sign. Geography, damn it, geography.
I think this dovetails actually with the trivia question that I asked on episode that I hosted. So it definitely might be gettable for you. What U.S. state's biggest lake is Lake Sam Rayburn?
Can you spell Sam? Is it Sam, S-A-M, or S-A-N?
S-A-M, like Mike.
Sierra Alpha Mike Rayburn?
Correct.
That name sounds so familiar, and I'm trying to place it with a state. And what's bothering me is that it's bringing me to Minnesota. Land of 1,000 lakes, right? I mean, there's a few. It's not Florida. It's not Utah. I can knock those off. It's not going to be anything, I'm assuming, that touches a Great Lake. So the Northeast, that part's out. I think why I'm going to Minnesota is because you asked that. There was a question you asked about the one state that one. Oh, who was it? The one guy carried. Was it Mondale? They want to say Mondale carried. I'm going to go Minnesota. I don't have a better guess, and I can logically tie it somewhere to the game that you wrote. So Minnesota.
Nope. Minnesota's a good guess. It does have a lot of lakes. The question that I had asked was about different. It featured different people who had held the title of Speaker of the House, and Sam Rayburn was the one who held it for the longest time, but not consecutively. And I referred to him as Texas's Sam Rayburn in the question. So the answer is Texas.
Okay. That's fair.
Literally the only reason I knew that is because I had written that question.
Could not name another lake in Texas.
I lived in Texas, and I can name Clear Lake because I used to live by Clear Lake, but that's about it. And apparently, I actually looked it up on Wikipedia. It's now known as the Sam Rayburn Reservoir. Rolled another 3. Glutton for punishment. Let's go back to history.
Mike, who was Richard Nixon's first chief of staff in the White House?
First chief of staff. Ugh. I'm going to the movie All the President's Men, because I'm like, they talk about all the different people that got caught up in the Watergate scandal. And I remember a bunch of the names that were around that, but I don't remember what roles that they played in the Nixon administration. Haldeman was the one that popped into my head. I don't know whether he was chief of staff, but I know he was pretty high up in the administration around the time of Watergate. Damn it, this can't be vice president. I know that one. But I'll just say Haldeman.
Haldeman is a correct answer.
Oh, wow. Holy shit. I was right.
So, Mike, you have got a geography question, an arts and literature question, and a history question off the board. I have nothing. What are you going with next?
Looks like we're heading back to geography.
Mike, what World War II road ran from Lashio, Burma to Chongqing, China?
Oh gosh, this is one of those things when you say it, I'm going to want to kick myself in the butt. I cannot believe I cannot pull it up. I feel like I know. I feel like I'm gonna know it as soon as you say it, and I cannot pull it up right now. It was from Burma to China.
Correct. And if you want the cities again, I'm happy to provide those.
No, it's not gonna get me any further than that. I don't know why. I don't know why Opium Trail popped into my head or something like that. I think that's something different, but I don't know what else. I don't know if I'm gonna get there. So I'll say the Opium Trail.
Mike is going with the Opium Trail. Unfortunately, not a correct answer. You're gonna kick yourself when you hear it.
I know I am.
The road is called the Burma Road.
Oh, fuck. Okay. All right. What's funny about that is not at all what I was thinking, but damn. That's like Space Launch System all over again. Just guess something super obvious and see. So, actually, I want to think.
Is that what you were thinking of?
What's that?
Were you thinking of like the Silk Road?
I was thinking of the Silk Road. That's exactly what I was thinking of. But that's a completely different thing.
It is.
I think.
And the Opium Wars was Britain and China, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. But no, speaking of just like obvious Trivial Pursuit answers, a funny little side story real quick. And if this question comes up, Chris, on the extreme off chance, I'll give it to you for free. We used to have family games of Trivial Pursuit. Yes, that tells you a lot about me. And my uncle was up one time, and we were playing. He was on the other team. We were playing against them, and the question that came up was, "What was Howdy Doody's brother's name?" This was in the entertainment category, and they talked about it like they were looking at each other like we have no clue. And my uncle just goes, "I don't know, Double Duty." So in the just use a ridiculous obvious answer, sometimes it pans out because that was for a pie piece too. That was Anyway, Christopher, it is your turn.
Yeah, I'm not having any luck there, but I'm also scared to go to any other category. Let's go science and no, sports and leisure. Sports and leisure I'm going to be better at. I'm not going to get it right, but what the hell?
I'm laughing because this was absolutely a geography question that you would have gotten. But that's
okay. You said a different card every time?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's how we're playing this. Okay, I'm not going to keep asking the same questions of the same card then.
I mean, you can do whatever, but it's, I don't think it really matters. But
well, can you use that card for next time? I'm going to choose geography.
I mean, I've been putting them away every time, but yeah. So, sports and leisure. What sport is central to Hemingway's Death in the Afternoon?
Oh, it's bullfighting.
I'm pretty sure that came up on the Pub Trivia Experience in an earlier episode.
It did. I wrote that question.
What's that? Yeah, I was thinking you wrote the question. It is, in fact, bullfighting. You have just taken your first step into a larger world.
And I will go back to sports and leisure.
Trying to complete it. Okay. All right. And again, bearing in mind that this is only through 1981, it is very possible this is no longer the case. I couldn't tell you. What is the only host country not to win gold at its own Summer Olympics?
As in, it never won a gold medal, like throughout the entirety of the Summer Olympics.
Just at the one that it hosted.
Well,
is
yeah,
the way that I interpret that question.
Okay. I'm trying. I'm terrible at Olympics, especially like anything.
Oh, me too.
Pre like 1988, I'm gonna be terrible at. I'm trying to think of countries that I think of hosted. So I know Russia hosted it, but Russia, it wouldn't be Russia. It's not gonna be a big. It's gonna be a small. It's not gonna be necessarily a smaller country, but it's gonna be, I would assume, a slightly less developed country. Is that terrible to say? Lord. Okay, so let's eliminate places. Let's get out. It's not gonna be in Africa. I don't think, unless it's like Japan. I want to get out of Asia. Japan's the only one that could kind of be there. Western Europe. I could see it being like France. I could see it being like Paris. Instead of the Summer Olympics?
Summer Olympics.
So let's get out of Scandinavia. I don't think it's going to be Britain. I don't necessarily think it's going to be Germany. If there's a country over there, it's going to be France or Spain would be my best guess. So I've got Japan, France, Spain. Mexico is sticking out in my head. This could be very, very modern, but I don't think it's going to be like Brazil. It's not going to be the U.S. I don't imagine Canada hosting the Summer Olympics. What did Australia's hosted a couple? Actually, hold on. Australia hosted more than one. They hosted Sydney, but I thought Melbourne hosted one as well a while ago. And that's more logic than I have to any of my other answers, because at least I know they hosted one prior to me being born. I'm going to say Australia.
Okay, Australia, good guess. Incorrect, though. The country that I looked it up, the country that is in question here actually hosted the 1976 Summer Olympics, so it was fairly recent when this card was written. It was a country that you mentioned. It was a country that you rejected because it was the Summer Olympics, and I was very surprised they had ever hosted a Summer Olympics. The 1976 Summer Olympics were held in Montreal, and Canada did not win gold.
Oh, Lord. Okay. That's actually a really good question.
Yeah, I love that. I love that fact. It is actually the only Summer Olympics that has ever been hosted in Canada. They've hosted a couple winter, obviously.
Okay, Mike. What are you going with?
All righty, let's see. We are at arts and leisure. Did I say arts and leisure? Arts and literature.
Who's the editor/publisher of VIP and We magazines? We is OUI.
What was the first one?
Who is the editor/publisher of VIP and We magazines? I'm assuming OUI is We.
Yes, it's We. We is We. I guess they're looking for a person, so it's not like a company.
Yes, it's an actual person's name, proper name.
Given that okay, so it's I'm assuming France. Given We magazine, my mind immediately went to Coco Chanel, so that's what I'm going to guess.
Mike's gone with Coco Chanel. Mike, would it help you to know that We magazine is a men's adult pornographic magazine?
Nah. Okay.
featuring explicit nude photographs of models with full-page pinups, centerfolds, interviews, and other articles and cartoons. Does that sound like anything you know?
Is it Hugh Hefner?
It was Hugh Hefner.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I have 1 pie. Mike has 3. Let's go with oh god. You know what? Sports and leisure. I got one, and the other one was gettable. So I'm going back to sports and leisure.
Okay, Chris. This is gettable. What was the first lifesaver flavor?
So we're going with the leisure portion of sports and leisure.
Clearly.
Okay, so I'm trying to think of so Lifesavers is old. So I'm trying to think of what were the major flavors of things a while ago. So there was banana, but that was the filling for Twinkies. It's not banana. I feel like it's going to be a sour flavor. I feel like it's going to be lemon or lime. I just, in my head, think those are earlier. And what's driving me crazy is I think there is a light green Lifesaver. I don't know of there being a yellow Lifesaver. I'm going to go lime. Hold on. Lime extract may not have been easy to get. Lemon, I know there's a lot of lemon trees in the U.S. I don't know how many lime trees there are in the U.S. You're laughing at me. I appreciate that. Thank you, sir.
I'm sitting here just quietly contemplating what you're saying and nodding along.
Well, no. So, lime is the one that sticks out of my head, but logic dictates to me there's more lemon trees in the U.S. than lime trees, so maybe it's lemon. But I'm going with my first instinct. I'm going lime.
And Chris is going with lime. I think, yeah, you are thinking of Lifesavers as more of a fruit based thing. I tend to think of Lifesavers as more of a mint based thing. That they also have fruit flavors, mostly because I eat a lot of wintergreen Lifesavers, or in this particular case, I also enjoy a lot of peppermint Lifesavers. The answer is peppermint.
See, my mother-in-law buys us every year for Christmas these Lifesavers little boxes, and it's always the fruit flavor because it's what my wife grew up on.
I gotcha.
My head went right to. I don't even. Yeah, I eat icebreakers when I'm eating a mint. I don't have Lifesavers. That's actually, damn, I didn't even think about that. All right.
I know. I actually am the same now, but my dad loved wintergreen Lifesavers. He would always have them around. So that's kind of what I grew up on. All right, my turn. Roll to 4 again. Let's stick with arts and literature then.
Arts and literature. And here's where you get your second piece of pie.
Whoop.
Mike, what high school does Archie attend? Freaking kidding me.
This would have been a lot harder back before there was a very popular television show bearing this name, but I believe the answer is Riverdale.
It is Riverdale. Mike picks up his first piece of pie.
Chris, if it helps, if you had gone to arts and literature on the last card, the question was, what does the Beast become in Beauty and the Beast?
Is the answer a man? Or do I have to give a proper name?
A prince, but yeah.
Okay.
But it just made me laugh because it was oh yes, this was before the
oh yeah,
the incredibly popular Disney movie. So, and honestly, even before the television show, so it was a little more of an obscurity back. Oh God, I can't believe I'm going to say this. 40 years ago.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's been that long. Oh my God, I'm almost 40. Oh God, we're not having this conversation right now. Mike, which one are you going with next?
Looks like we're heading back to geography.
Mike, what ocean surrounds the Pitcairn Island?
I've got a 1 in 4 shot because that was back when there were still only 4 oceans and they weren't doing this north-south crap. I think they consider there being 5 oceans now, and I'm still not entirely clear what the 5th one is. I'm pretty sure it's not the Arctic Ocean, so that leaves us with Pacific, Atlantic, or Indian. And I am going to say Atlantic.
Mike went with Atlantic, and unfortunately, that is not a correct answer. It's
Indian?
It's in the Pacific Ocean.
Oh, really? Okay.
It was a British colony in the Pacific Ocean, and I thought I remembered having something to do with World War II, but it's not showing up anywhere.
And I knew it was a British colony. I don't remember why I knew that, but that was actually why I went more towards Atlantic, because it was just closer to Britain. But they got around. So
I want to see where it is exactly. Oh, nope. It has nothing to do with the World War II at all. It's literally out in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. South Atlantic. It's in between.
Wait, it's in the Atlantic?
No, Pacific. I mean, it's west of Chile. It's in between Chile and Australia. Okay. Not where I thought it was at all. All right, Mike, I am going to go arts and literature.
Arts and literature. Oof. You did not, because I don't know this one. Maybe you will. Who wrote Riders of the Purple Sage?
Riders?
Riders.
Yeah, this is a Jeopardy question. I have no idea. So let's go with, let's see, Riders of the Purple Sage sounds late 1800s, early 1900s. Who was around back then? It sounds post-Twain. You know what? Let's go with F. Scott Fitzgerald. Why not?
And Chris says F. Scott Fitzgerald. Unfortunately, that is an incorrect answer. Riders of the Purple Sage was actually first published in 1912.
Oh, I was right there.
Yeah, so you were right. You had the exact.
I had originally went to Steinbeck, but I didn't think. I'm pretty sure I know most of what Steinbeck wrote.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know if most of his are famous, but he has some of his well-known ones. The correct answer was Zane Grey.
Yeah, no chance.
No chance. I had no idea. So I'm not even going to roll. I'm just going to request science and nature, because we haven't done a single science and nature question yet.
All right, Mike, here you go. How many land miles are there in a league?
For Pete's sake.
You're the one that, well, no, I'm the one that wanted the genus edition. But, yeah.
When I think of a league, and in a non-sports context, I think of 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, which you can't, I mean, there's no way, like, so I'm just going to say 1.
So Micah said 1. I think it would be a drastically different title of the book if it was 60,000 Miles Under the Sea. The correct answer is 3.
3. Okay. Fair enough.
Good guess, though. Good guess. There's no way to logic to it. There's no hint. There's no hints in these questions, so it's
not at all.
Drastically
it's
different
you know
than
it or you
pub
don't.
trivia.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
As Mike has found out why I don't go to the science and nature section, I am going to go. Let's go back to sports and leisure. Why not?
Sports and leisure. What sport has a competition for bulldoggers?
I don't even understand the question. Like, is it like? I have clarifying.
I'd love to be able to clarify, but you'd have to give me a few minutes of Googling. I have no idea. That's the question.
Can you repeat the question?
Sure. What sport has a competition for bulldoggers?
Is bulldoggers one word or 2?
Bulldoggers is one word.
So what's throwing me off is the word competition for. So like baseball doesn't have a competition for anything. Like you're playing a game. And so when I think of sports, I think of like games. So I'm trying to think of quote unquote sports that may not be sports, but may have like other pieces to it. Like billiards, you have like 8-ball and 9-ball, but I don't count billiards as a sport. And he specifically said sport. A competition for bulldoggers. Okay. That sounds uniquely Western European. Like dog shows aren't a sport, but it's also one word, not 2. Billiards and darts are the ones that are coming to me because like it's like a competition for. Oh, technically, golf has like long drive competitions as well. No. I'm sticking with my bar sports here. I'm a bar guy. I'm gonna say darts.
And Chris has guessed darts. Unfortunately, that's an incorrect answer.
Did
when
I
I
list the
googled
correct answer?
When I googled no, you did. When I googled the term bulldogger, the first thing that came up on was the Wikipedia entry for steer wrestling. Steer wrestling, also known as bulldogging, is a rodeo event in which a horse-mounted rider chases a steer.
Sense. That makes sense. Yeah. I was trying to think of like what sport has like multiple like events in it. And I'm thinking like darts has. I know it's got cricket and it's got. All right, that's fine.
Nope. I mean, I never would have gotten there either. So. Where's my die? There we go. Oops, I rolled it all the way over there, but I rolled a 5, which puts me right back at science and nature.
All right, good luck with this one, Mike. What did Colonel Jacob Schick patent on November 6, 1928?
Oh, was the razor, right? Safe. I'll just say razor.
I need you to be more specific.
Safety razor?
Incorrect. It was actually the electric shaver.
I had actually, I knew the name. But yeah, I knew it had something to do with shaving. Okay. And I just realized there's actually another category we haven't even done yet, which is actually amazing when you think about it.
Yeah, I'm going to go there. Let's go entertainment.
Yeah.
Because it's pre-1980s, right? Entertainment, so you know I'm going to be terrible at this.
Exactly. That's the crazy thing. It's just like as generally good as we are at pop culture, like this is all pre us being born pop culture, which turns it into a totally different thing. And yeah, this is no different. Chris, your entertainment question is, what song propelled Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass to fame?
Cheeseburger in Paradise.
Is that your final answer?
I couldn't wager a guess. Like I could not wager a freaking guess. Tequila Sunrise, Tequila Mockingbird, pick one. They're all wrong.
They're all wrong. But what's funny is this question actually dovetails with the previous question that you received. The answer is The Lonely Bull. Well, never heard it. Probably not going to look it up after the show.
It did not propel them that big a stardom because they're totally forgettable, 90 years later, however long ago that came out. Mike, what do you got?
Yeah, it's probably a big band era. Actually, I'm going to do entertainment as well.
Like, I love big band music. I've gone to see, I didn't see Cab Calloway, but I saw his daughter perform with the Cab Calloway band. I love big band music. I have never heard
I do too,
band.
But there's so many things that were huge during the big band era that just haven't stood the test of time.
All right, Mike, this is actually gettable for you. What Humphrey Bogart film poster is on the wall over Woody Allen's bed in Play It Again, Sam?
If it's Play It Again, Sam, it's got to be Casablanca.
It's not. It's Across the Pacific.
Oh.
Right?
I can't tell if you're pulling my chain or not. It's really,
I am not
isn't.
pulling your chain. It's Across the Pacific.
Damn it.
Right? Like that.
Okay.
Like, I read that. I'm like, oh, that's easy. And then I'm like, oh, no, It's not.
Right. It's probably like, yeah, it's like designed to throw you off. Oh, well.
I'm going back to sports and leisure. Glutton for punishment here.
This is a weird question, but you're going to get it.
Last time we said that it was Cape Kennedy. Keep that in mind.
Well, that's true. When is a baseball game never over until?
Well, it's never over until it's over. Are they asking for like a specific, like, until the 27th out is recorded till no, because even then it's not over. It's not over until a team finishes the game with a lead. Although, like, the quote is it's not over till it's over. Are they looking for me to finish a quote? Like, you're right. It's not over till it's over. But when is a baseball game over? When it's over.
What always ends a baseball game? Whether it's called short, it's a bad question. So, okay, I don't like the way the question's written.
What always ends a baseball game? A winner and a loser.
Yeah.
The umpire. So like a baseball game, a walk-off. A baseball game could be ended by a walk-off. It could be ended by an out.
Yeah, Chris, I'm going to ask you a different question. If you're okay with that, because you're exactly right. It could be ended with a walk-off, which invalidates the question because the answer is the final out.
No, yeah. It could be
But
ended
that's
with a
not
walk-off
true.
home
You're
run.
Yeah, you're exactly right. So, okay. I'm just going to give you another question.
Or just give me the point. I mean,
I
think
thought about doing
invalidated
that
the
too,
question, but okay.
I thought about doing that too. I mean, I can give you that if you want to,
No, I'm not going to cheat my way into losing to you. Let's lose it with honor.
Where does a rabbit punch land in boxing?
Oh God, it's I think the rabbit punches are the ribs. I think that's where they say like work the ribs. They're the short little punches, like because they're very small and powerful from your body. They're not up towards the head. I want to say like the torso or the ribs is my guess.
According to this, the answer is the back of the head.
Okay, no, I'm wrong.
So, I mean, I know nothing about boxing, so
in my head, I'm thinking it's like those little like body shots. Like you get in real close, you're just like a little rabbit.
That would make sense, right? But nope.
Okay.
According to the card says the moops.
The Moors.
Yeah.
All right, what do we go with, Mike?
I rolled the die 3 times because I didn't like what the first 2 gave me, and then the third one gave me the same thing. So clearly it wants me to go science and nature yet again. And if I don't get this one, I'm going to tell the die to go tuck itself
No, it's telling you this for a reason. Because it's a 50-50 question. Mike, what meat on a roasted turkey has more calories, white or dark?
Oh, man. See, I feel like this is one of those questions where people are inclined to say dark, but it's actually white. Because that's kind of where my head's at, and I feel like I've heard something like that before. So I'm going to say white.
No, it is dark meat.
Ah, damn it. I psyched myself out on that one. Okay.
Okay. Mike, I need everything, so go ahead and roll the dice for me now.
Fair enough. You get arts and literature.
It worked so well for me last time.
Where did Peter Pumpkin Eater put his wife?
I have never actually heard this. I did not know he was married. I didn't buy him a gift. So Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet eating her curds and whey. Peter Pumpkin Eater had a wife but couldn't feed her. Well, I actually have heard this before. I don't know what comes next.
Yeah, right.
Where did he put his wife? A meat grinder. I don't know. Like, I really don't know. In my head, it's going to rhyme with eater. It's going to end in like eater of some sort. So I can't get the scene right. For some reason, the scene from Fargo with the wood chipper is in my head. I watched that movie. I watched that movie earlier this week, and that's all that's coming into my head right now is a freaking wood chipper from Fargo with freaking Frances McDonald. Like, oh my lord, I can't even do her accent. I don't know. It's gonna rhyme with eater. It's gonna be he left his wife at the theater. I don't know.
Good rhyme. Not a correct answer, but
Nope.
good rhyme. I only knew that he had a wife and couldn't keep her. The last 2 lines of the nursery rhyme are apparently he put her in a pumpkin shell, and there he kept her very well. So the answer is pumpkin shell.
That's not a good idea. He's going to eat his wife. It's a bad idea, Peter. Bad Peter.
Depends on how you mean.
That's true. You surprisingly have not earned the explicit tag yet, so we'll get
I've actually been watching myself, and I don't know why. Like I keep catching myself and censoring myself. I'll get over it eventually. I'm on beer number 2, and I just polished off 16 ounces of a 11.4. So,
and that's a nice looking Bud Light in your hand, Mike.
It won't be long. It's a Samuel Adams, good sir. I'm going to stick with arts and literature because that's what the die tells me to say.
All right, Mike, what Arthur Haley novel depicts the world of electric power production?
I have no idea. Electric Boogaloo. No clue.
The book is called Overload.
Ah, okay.
Have never heard of it.
Nope, me neither.
All right, I'm going back to, you know what? Let's go back to geography.
Geography. What Rome ruin is inhabited by hundreds of cats?
So I'm thinking at least somewhat moderately logically that like it's going to be a large area maybe that you can't keep the cats out of. So I'm going to say the Colosseum.
And you may collect your pie piece, sir. It is in fact the Colosseum. Well done, well done.
That's my first.
Feels like it's been an insanely
answer, right?
long time since we've had a correct answer. So thank you for breaking the streak.
No pie. That's my first correct answer in geography.
Oh, true.
I'm going to go back to geography though.
Like I said, I've been giving myself pie pieces for each one. I just have 2 of the little circle thingies. All right. Your question is, what country was originally known as Terra Australis Incognita?
Terra Australis Incognita?
Terra Australis Incognita.
Can you spell the middle word there for me?
Sure. It's Australis.
So I'm torn.
You and Natalie Imbruglia.
And Scott Stapp.
And Scott Stapp.
Oh, Lord. There's 2 obvious answers. It's Austria or Australia. And Australis leads me to Australia. But the last part of that leads me, it sounds potentially like Latin, which leads me back to Europe. I'm still going to go Australia. I have no other logical way to get there.
The answer we're looking for, of course, is Australia.
All right. There, I can collect my pie now.
Now you can collect your pie. So you have finished geography. I have finished arts and literature. And I just realized I finished arts and literature, and yet I had an arts and literature question last time.
I wasn't going to question it, but go right ahead.
Damn it. That was stupid. Okay.
I
was just listening to the stupid die. I'm going to ignore the die. Fuck the die. There it is.
There it is. Sports and leisure, please.
Sports and leisure to finish a second pie, I believe, correct?
If I get it right.
If you get it right. Oh, for fuck's... That's 2 already. Okay. Starting to kick in. Your question. Does the giver receive the basketball back on a give and go play?
Well, I mean, like, generally speaking, yes. It's a pass, make a quick move, and go. So I'm going to say yes.
We can speak generally. The answer is yes. We are now tied.
All right. Let's go to history. Why not? I'll get a question wrong here, and then we can move on.
This one's gettable. What does RCA stand for?
Like the company RCA is what I'm thinking of. Radio or remote. I'm assuming radio. C could be... I'm not going to get there. I'm trying to think through this, and the bourbon's clogging my brain cells right now.
It happens.
Like, it's not radio control. This is 1980. It's not going to be that. But like radio and control are the 2 words that are coming to mind. It could also be a remote, but even that doesn't make sense. It's old, so it's got to be radio. Radio, compounding radio something association. Radio and computer association. Trying to think of what other like older electronics that begin with C. Radio and condenser association. That makes no sense. Association doesn't make any sense either. Right? Yeah, radio and computer association. Lock it in.
Radio and Computer Association. A good guess. It's actually present day appears to be, according to my very brief Google search, more like SAT, which is it used to stand for something and now it just stands for itself. But RCA Corporation, as it's called now, was originally founded as the Radio Corporation of America. RCA.
Oh, that actually makes a lot of sense. Never would have gotten there. I got radio right, though. I'm taking that.
I'm going to go history as well. See if I can finish that one out.
History. Seriously? Okay. Who did Sarah Jane Moore try to assassinate?
I'm assuming. Okay, so I only remember the other one, or maybe that was her real name, Squeaky Fromm. who tried to assassinate Gerald Ford, but I'm pretty sure he had two famous attempted assassinations. They were both women. So I'm going to say Gerald Ford.
Gerald Ford is the correct answer.
Whoop, whoop. I will take my pie piece.
I gave you your pie.
You know what I have actually not done yet is sports and leisure. So I'm going to go with sports and leisure. Yeah, screw you, Die. You know nothing. You're not the boss of me anymore.
All right, Mike. What do you have to pick to win a daily double at the track?
The winner and the runner-up, the first place and place.
Actually, a really good guess. That's what I would have guessed as well. It's actually the winners of the first and second race.
Oh, okay. That also makes sense.
All right. You know what? I have got everything locked out. Let's go back to history. Why not?
History. Usually I have a card available. Here we go. What Saudi Arabian king was assassinated by his nephew in 1975?
I don't know. It's not right, but I don't know the royal family there at all. I should. I'm trying to. I feel like it's name dropped in some pop songs. Is he possibly one of the ones name dropped in "We Didn't Start the Fire"? Hold on, let me go through the lyrics there.
It's a good way to get there.
It's the only thing I can think of because that traces a lot of the major political events throughout the 20th
I will
century.
tell you, it is not Harry Truman, Doris Day, Red China, nor Johnny Ray.
Heavy metal suicide is not. Oh Lord, I feel like his name might be in there. I'm just trying to get through the song.
And I will remind you that this was not the event that pushed Billy Joel over the edge. It was actually the Cola Wars. The Cola Wars were what pushed Billy Joel over the edge. Sorry, I'm distracting.
No, you're not. That's not hurting or helping because I can't get the song in my head right now. I just can't. I can't get the lyrics in. Ayatollahs in Iran, Russians in Afghanistan. I guess I'm going to go with the most popular last name in the world and go Mohammed.
I think Mohammed is actually the most popular first name in the world.
That's what I meant.
Most popular last name in the world, I believe, is like Chang or something like that.
Yeah.
It's up to you to determine how many Mohammed Changs there are in the world.
My other guess would have been Riyadh, but it's not Riyadh. That's the name of a city, obviously. So go ahead.
Right.
Sorry.
No. The correct answer is Faisal.
Okay, he's not in that song. I feel pretty good about that.
The name rings a vague bell, but a very vague bell, and not because of Billy Joel. So, unless he was an Uptown Girl. Sorry, I have no idea where that came from. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to science.
Science. Let's see. Mike, who invented the reflecting telescope?
Oh, was it Galileo? I feel like it was Galileo. Or was it like Brahe? He's around that. He was another astronomer. I think Galileo was the first one popping in my head, so I'm going to say Galileo. Galilei.
It's actually a really good answer. It is not a correct answer. It was Sir Isaac Newton.
Oh, no shit. I did not know that.
I would not have thought it was that late, but okay.
I wouldn't have either, yeah. I think reflecting was probably the key word in that one.
Yeah. All right. You know what? Let's go arts and leisure.
Arts and literature?
Yeah, arts and literature. It has AL on there. Leave me alone.
Oh, no, I did it before. I did it earlier, too, so I was
be happy
be
happy I didn't say American League.
That's true. Who wrote Darkness Was Cheap and Scrooge Liked It?
I'm assuming Dickens.
Yeah, take your fucking... Yeah, correct. It's Dickens.
You know why I know that is because my favorite Christmas movie of all time is A Mickey's Christmas Carol.
Too soon, man. Too soon.
That's a shout out. That joke is for one person and one person only.
Absolutely.
It's Steve.
Shout out to Stephen.
Oh man. Okay. Let's go right back to arts and literature.
God fucking damn it. Really?
I can't control your questions. You literally have a box next to you.
I know, but variations on a theme. What's the last line of Dickens' A Christmas Carol?
I've never actually read it.
I have. It's been forever. I didn't know that. I didn't know the answer. I just knew that. I was just like, oh my gosh, that's another Christmas Carol question, really?
So I remember something about Tiny Tim. I wouldn't know what a line would be, but I also don't feel like you'd end it with saying Tiny Tim. You end it back with Scrooge with Jacob Marley, I think is the ghost. No. You don't end it there. You end it with Scrooge redeeming himself, right? You don't end it with the ghost. You end it with him changing his ways and proving that he can change his ways, not with the revelation that he needs to change. You need to end that on a high note, an inspirational note.
If you'd watch Mickey's Christmas Carol more often, maybe you'd know this.
I've seen it once or twice. I've definitely seen Scrooged more.
I actually don't think Mickey's Christmas Carol ends with this, so it wouldn't help you at all.
No. Is there a chance he gets Tiny Tim's legs to work? I don't. That's so terrible to say.
That just sounded so bad.
But like that, like so. This here's the worst part. The absolute worst part of this is, I think the closest point of reference I have to what actually happens in the book is there's a Saved by the Bell episode, a Christmas episode, where Zach is dating the woman in a wheelchair. And I think they're putting on A Christmas Carol in like the mall that he's working at, because AC Slater is wrapping gifts. I don't know what the answer is. I'm going to say it's Merry Christmas to all. But like the only point of reference I have is an episode of Saved by the Bell that's stuck in my head from 25 freaking years ago.
That's a hell of a pull. You're actually not as far off as you might think. I did throw you off. I totally knew the answer to this question. So I apologize if that threw you off at all when I said I didn't.
It did not.
The answer they were looking for was just the last 4 words of the final sentence of the book. But I believe the final sentence of the book is, and so as Tiny Tim observed, God bless us, everyone.
Oh, yeah. I would not have been able to put that to Christmas Carol, so don't feel bad about that.
And that was also how I pointedly ended the Boozy Bracketology December brackets, was by saying that for that reason.
Oh.
Do you remember me doing that?
No, but we drink during those podcasts.
We did drink during those podcasts. Boozy Bracketology, everybody. I think I'll do entertainment. Speaking of Boozy Bracketology.
Entertainment, here it is. What sex have all TV lassies been?
Missionary? I don't know.
Wow.
No, obviously they'd be doggy style. I'm going to say, because Lassie, it's always Lassie here, boy, but I'm pretty sure, I think they were all female, so I'm going to say female.
They were actually all male.
Motherfucker. How do I miss all of the 50-50 questions?
Let's go to history.
Let's go to history. What Asian leader was known as the Little Brown Saint?
Oh, that sounds terrible.
I don't write the questions, I just read them. I don't expect a 40-year-old game to necessarily be PC in terms of modern parlance.
Yeah, I don't know. Because the really bad clue there is leading me to Western Asia. But the only leader I can think of that might have like that level of, I would say grandeur, but like, oh Lord, you did say leader, right?
I did say leader. What Asian leader?
I'm going to go Gandhi.
Can you be more specific, please? I'm just fucking with you. It's Gandhi.
Okay.
I know you don't mean Indira Gandhi.
No, Mahatma Gandhi.
Mahatma Gandhi. I know who you're looking. I know what you're saying.
But like my head is going like further west than that, and then part of me is going, no, it's Ho Chi Minh. But I'm like, no, Saint. No, it can't be Ho Chi Minh. Okay, I'm gonna take it. Is that my first one in history? I'll take it.
I believe so, yes. But I believe in terms of overall, that puts you ahead of me. So you have 6 answered questions overall, correct?
That's correct.
Yeah, I only have 5, so.
Okay, let's go to science and nature.
What is the most intelligent subhuman primate?
Okay, so the only reason I'm going with this is I'm a big Bruce Campbell fan. And in the movie Congo, he goes to the Congo to train gorillas. And not to train, but he's going there to look for gorillas. And there's a gorilla in the movie. I'm going with gorilla.
And gorilla is an incorrect answer. I'm sorry.
Bruce Campbell.
I'm sorry.
I'm coming for you.
It's chimpanzee.
Okay.
Chimpanzee.
All right. Mike, what are we going with?
Oh, man, that is a great question. I think I'm going to go with sports and leisure.
What are the Golden Nugget, Horseshoe, Lucky Strike, and Jackpot?
I don't know. Lottery tickets? Lottery games?
That is not the answer they have here, but that actually may still be a correct answer. I can Google it. The correct answer on the card is Las Vegas casinos, but I think only one of those is actually still around.
Well, that's okay. It's the answer on the card. So, and I doubt all of those are lottery games.
That's a good point. Okay.
Don't worry.
Oh no, we said at the beginning of this game that we're going with what the card says, right?
Exactly.
Except then when I said baseball one, I was, given some leeway. I'm actually going to go with a different one because that's not necessarily a fair question.
Up to you.
Who did Muhammad Ali beat to become the first? Who did Muhammad Ali beat to become world heavyweight champion for the first time?
Oh, man. Oh, shoot. Who did he beat that first time? That very first time. Oh, my gosh.
That is the question.
Yeah. My brain immediately goes to down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. So that's what I'm going to say. I'll say Joe Frazier.
Very, very good guess. He actually beat Sonny Liston, though.
Oh! I did know that. Now that you say it,
yep.
I should have known that. You're absolutely right. Yep.
All right. I need one more in history, one more arts and leisure. I need 2 in entertainment and 2 in science and nature. Yeah, sure. Let's go to arts and literature. Why not?
Okay. Which hand does God give life to Adam with on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel?
Okay, so they're both kind of stretching out, and I feel like God has like his right hand clenched and his left hand extended, so I'm going to say his left. I think he's reaching, or is he reaching down? Well, it's a chapel. It's 50-50, and I don't have a way of logic to get there. I feel like it's a left. I feel like he's reaching out with his left hand to touch Adam, so I'm going left.
I actually had the same image in my head, but the correct answer is right.
Is it Adam reaching up and then God reaching down with his right?
I think that's exactly what it is. Yeah,
that makes sense.
I think I have them reversed in my head, but yeah, I think that's how it is. Well, heck darn, nothing's been giving me a whole lot of love recently. I'm going to stick with sports and leisure. I feel like I've got to have one in there at some point.
All right. Here's your sports and leisure question. What provides the power in a soapbox derby?
Isn't it just gravity?
Well, you had the Isaac Newton question earlier.
Yeah, I'm saying gravity.
It's gravity. Nicely done.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't realize that you didn't take that as my answer when I said it. That was what I was going with. Yep.
Well,
woohoo!
You kind of said, "Is it gravity?" I was like, I need you to give me a specific answer.
You're right. You're right. All right. So the 2 that I have not gotten any on are entertainment and science and nature. I'm going to go to entertainment.
Entertainment. What film featured Bogey as Dobsy?
Good God. I mean, it's funny. I've actually seen a decent number of Humphrey Bogart movies. but very few in which I actually remember what his character's name was. I've narrowed it down. I think, like, in terms of guessing, I'm either going to go African Queen or Key Largo. I think I'm going to go Key Largo.
Unfortunately, that is an incorrect answer. The correct answer is Treasure of the Sierra Madre.
Oh, I didn't even think about Treasure of the Sierra Madre. Oh, yeah. Okay.
I think that's our second Humphrey Bogart. No, because the other answer wasn't Casablanca. Never mind.
Yeah, but it was a Humphrey Bogart movie in the background.
Yep. Okay, so we're going. Let's go history. Why not?
Just want to wish you good luck. We're all counting on you.
Great.
Who preceded Abraham Beame as mayor of New York City?
So I have no idea when Abraham Beame was. So I'm trying to think of famous mayors of New York City. And I know at the dedication of, I think it's the Brooklyn Bridge, there were two presidents there, one current and one future president. And I think it was Cleveland and Arthur. I think Arthur was in New York politics at the time. Hold on. So I have that backwards. Hold on. Let me think. Jackson, Van Buren, Harrison, Tyler, Polk, Taylor, Fillmore, Pierce, Buchanan, Lincoln, Johnson, Grant, Hayes, Garfield, Arthur, Cleveland, Harrison, Cleveland, McKinley, Roosevelt. No. Maybe I have that backwards. Maybe it's Grover Cleveland. I'll go Cleveland.
No, legitimate guess. Beame was actually much later. He would have been relatively contemporary when this question was written. He was actually the 104th mayor of New York City. He was in office from 1974 till 1977. He was succeeded by Ed Koch, but he was preceded by John Lindsay.
Yeah, none of those words or names mean anything to me.
I've at least heard of Ed Koch. That's why I threw that in there. But
was Cleveland, was he in the New York?
Yes, I believe he was.
I thought he was. Hold on, I need to look this up. This is going to bother me.
I'm looking it up. I got it right now.
Political career in New York, right there. Sheriff of Erie County, mayor of Buffalo, governor of New York. That's what it was.
Yeah, he was governor, and so was Teddy Roosevelt.
Okay. So I think Arthur must have been president at the time, and he would have been at the dedication of the Brooklyn Bridge.
Correct. I believe it generally goes Arthur was president and he was there, and then Cleveland was also there as governor of New York, yep. And like Teddy Roosevelt was there as like age 6. I think is how that whole thing goes. But
okay, maybe there were 3 there. Okay, I'm okay.
I could be completely wrong. I thought it was attended by a sitting president and 2 future presidents. I could be completely wrong. Don't quote me on that. Why am I going back to the die? You screwed me too many times, die. Science and nature.
Mike, what year followed 1 BC?
Oh, for Pete's sake. I mean, this is basically a question of, was there a year 0? And I don't know. I genuinely don't know if it was 0 AD or 1 AD. I'm going to say 1 AD.
So the answer they have here is AD 1, but I'm going to give it to you. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if there's any like logical reason why it would be put in that order, but I'm giving it to you.
Okay. So, I was just thinking of something really funny though. You remember we were like, let's get to 2 per category and see if we want to continue.
Yeah.
All right.
But
I will grab my pie piece here.
That was your first in sports in science and nature, right?
That's right. I'm still laying a goose egg in entertainment.
I have those. Those are the 2 I have goose eggs in, so you're fine.
Yeah, but in that spirit, I will go with entertainment to try and finish out one of my 2 little playing pieces. As I pop open my pineapple orange shake India Pale Ale.
Ooh, what brewery is that from?
I've had it on the podcast before. It's from Westbrook Brewing, which is out of Mount Pleasant, South Carolina.
Okay. Not bad. Well, here's your entertainment question. Who portrayed Eleanor Roosevelt in Sunrise at Campobello?
Oh, good grief.
Never even heard of this person. Good luck.
Oh, shoot. It's, I mean, thanks for that hint, because honestly, I was going to guess,
Oh, sorry.
just because she's seen, no, it's okay. I don't know if I'm going to have anything better. I was going to guess Katharine Hepburn because she has that similar, manner of carrying herself, I feel like, and if you said you never heard of her, I don't know that I'm going to be able to get there anyway. So yeah, I'll just say Katharine Hepburn.
Greer Garson.
I actually have heard of Greer Garson. Never would have thought of her, but I have heard of Greer Garson.
You know, Mike, I'm going to try and follow suit here. I'm going to go to science and nature.
All right, your science and nature question is, what does the camera shutter speed B stand for? This beer is fantastic.
It's not beer. So this is like shutter speed B. You know what? I've owned film cameras and digital cameras, and I don't know the answer to this, so I'm going to say it is the speed of a butterfly's wing.
Legit guess. Apparently the B stands for bulb.
Okay.
I guess as in flash bulb. I don't know.
No, that actually kind of makes sense, but yep. All right. I'll take the L. That's fine.
Sticking with entertainment. Bring it on.
Mike, what play has recorded more performances than any other in the British theater?
My immediate inclination is to think it would be like a Shakespeare play. And I think that of Shakespeare's most famous plays, it's unlikely to be Hamlet because it's too long. It's unlike, I would say it's probably Romeo and Juliet. I will say Romeo and Juliet.
That's actually the exact same place I would have gone. The correct answer is not a Shakespeare play. It's actually The Mousetrap.
Oh, freaking Agatha Christie. I knew that. I have heard that before.
I have too.
It's an Agatha Christie play. That's exactly right. Oh, my goodness. I did know that.
Okay. All right. I'm going to history.
What South Vietnamese president was assassinated by his generals in 1963?
I don't know his name. Siam, S-I-A-M is my guess. I don't know his name.
You're actually very close. His name was DM. No Din Diem.
That's it. Yep. Okay. That's fine. I mean, I wouldn't have gotten there, so.
No, but you were very close. Sticking with entertainment, ride or die.
Well, here's an easy one for you, Mike. Who is Archie Bunker's son-in-law?
Can I just say Meathead?
I'm going to need his proper name.
Oh, for Pete's sake. I have no idea what his proper name is. He's played by Rob Reiner, I'm pretty sure. But I always think of him as Meathead, so I have no idea.
It's Michael Stivic.
Okay, would definitely not have gotten there. That's who I'm thinking of, though, right? Rob Reiner's character.
I believe so. I'm not a big All in the Family fan, so
I've never watched it, so I don't know. But I know it on reputation, and I know certain things. But yeah.
So, Mike, you have got 2 categories closed. I've got 2 categories closed. Do you want to say that just the next to close 2 more categories gets the win?
Sure, we can do that. I guess that keeps me away from entertainment, though.
We both have 0 entertainment, so it's not a big loss there.
So we might as well just admit that as much as we might know about entertainment in the post 1980 world, we know nothing in the pre 1980 world.
Unless it's the Rat Pack, I'm going to be out. So okay,
I'm cool with that.
I mean that really kind of limits what I can go with because I have 2 that I have 0 in. But let's go to arts and literature.
Whose autobiography is titled "Where's the Rest of Me"?
Waldo? Where is he? I don't know.
Waldo was at least always in one piece when you found him in the books.
Not in my version. So it's going to be, to me, it's going to be like a humorist of some sort. I'm going to say Samuel Clement.
Oh, decent guess. I just want to look up exactly when he wrote this. Okay. Interesting. Okay. It was not, you said Samuel Clemens, Mark Twain?
Yes.
It was not Mark Twain. It was, in fact, somebody who wrote this book a full 15 years before he was elected president of the United States. It was Ronald Reagan.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
I thought this would be like a humorous.
I did too, but because I was sitting here like, okay, this was obviously very. I mean, he would have been president when that card was written, and so I was like, clearly this was before then. It was he wrote it in 1965. As a Hollywood actor, probably just a few years shy of being governor of California at that point. I don't know. I didn't dive too deeply, but
Interesting.
All right. So no entertainment. I got. You know what? I'm gonna go geography. I don't know. I haven't done it in a while, but I got one pretty early on. So
here we go. What is the world's deepest land gorge?
The world's deepest land gorge. I have no idea. Yeah, I have no idea. I'm just gonna say Death Valley. I don't know.
Death Valley is a good guess. You're in the right country.
Oh.
It's the Grand Canyon.
Is it really? Oh my goodness.
All right.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It does. I'm gonna go back to history. Let's try and close something out.
Well, I think you might have a decent chance on this one. What pediatrician led the National Committee against the Vietnam War?
I honestly don't know. This sounds so familiar, but I don't know. It's gonna be a politically minded person, but I honestly have no idea. So who would have been politically active back then? Who's a name I would know? Fonda. I don't know. That's the closest to anti-Vietnam as I can get with a reasonably moderately popular name.
There could have been. There was probably a Fonda that was a pediatrician. When I think of famous pediatricians, especially in that era, there's only one name that pops into my head. May he live long and prosper. Although I'm pretty sure he's dead now. It's Dr. Benjamin Spock.
Oh, okay. Never would have gotten there.
I don't know why I know that name, but for whatever reason, I see pediatrician. I was like, oh, it's probably Dr. Spock. And yeah, totally different from Mr. Spock, obviously. My cheesy joke notwithstanding.
Yeah, it was cheesy.
Let's stick with geography. I've got a feeling. I've got a good feeling.
Geography. What country shares a 1,030-mile border with Sweden? Talk about 50-50.
Yep. I can never remember the order of those damn countries either. I'm going to say Norway.
Norway's a correct answer.
Huh.
With that, Mike, you move one question away from the win. I'm going back to history.
Going back to history. Back to the future.
Mike has this really satisfied look on his face whenever he gets to put a piece of pie in.
Hey.
I love it. I think it's awesome.
This is a great question. I mean, good luck, but this is a great question. How did Lee Harvey Oswald purchase his rifle?
Like, what? With money? Can I just say with money? Like,
while that would probably be a correct answer, that's not what they're looking for. So I would not be. You can say it, but I would not be able to accept it.
Okay, so there's got to be some sort of a story here of some sort. So how did he? You did say purchase, right?
I did say purchase, yes.
How did he purchase his rifle? How do you purchase a rifle? There wasn't a Walmart back then. I wouldn't even know where to go to get a gun back in those days. And ironically, this was not at the Kennedy Museum in Dallas either. I'm going to say, just knowing what was somewhat prevalent back then, I'm going to say purchase it from a catalog.
Can you... Fuck it, I'm going to give it to you. The answer is by mail order.
Okay.
which is essentially what you're saying. So I'm going to give it to you.
I'm going to take it. Your benevolent overlord.
Yep. Well, I was going to say, like, could you, I couldn't figure out what to say. I was like, could you describe that in a different way? Like, I don't know what to say.
Well, you said, like, okay, is it like Sears and Roebuck? Is it like Montgomery Ward? But
yeah, it just said by mail order.
Okay.
I'll give it to you. That was, I mean, just the concept of like purchasing a gun by mail order is hilarious. just really, really like interesting in modern times.
Oh man.
I mean, I expected to turn the card over and have it say, he walked into a store and said, "Yo, give me a gun." Like, I mean, what?
I am assuming that you are going to go. Actually, I don't know what you're going to go with. You've got two that you have to close out. Do you want science and nature or sports and leisure?
Well, first of all, we kind of fucked this up because we broke away from the person getting a answer right gets to keep going thing, because I gave you the question right answer, which is fine. It doesn't even matter. Like, we're having fun. It's all good. Rules here? What? No, there's no rules here. Oh goodness!
Just here for a good time.
We're having fun. I hope everybody else is having fun too. I think I'm gonna go sports and leisure.
All right. Here we go, Mike. Your sports and leisure question. What was broken at Oxford, England on May 6th, 1954?
So, that is around this time, I'm pretty sure. I am going to say the 4-minute mile, because I know it was a Brit that broke it.
And Mike, unfortunately, your 2-game losing streak to me has come to an end. It was the 4-minute mile.
Yes. I knew it was actually around that time. Okay, that's cool.
Nicely done. I'll say this. Because you could have chosen the other one, you would have had a good chance at getting it, but the science and nature question was, what puts the fizz in soda water?
Carbon dioxide?
Yep, you would have won it either way.
Okay. All right. But I do have a modest proposal. I think we need to keep reading each other entertainment questions, so one of us gets one fucking entertainment question.
Okay, let's do it.
So, my entertainment question to you is, what's the home of the Rockettes?
Radio City Music Hall.
And now we have gotten an entertainment question right. Doesn't that just make you feel so much better that at least one of us has gotten them?
Here's yours. This one's actually gettable. What actress was the top box office draw during World War II?
Ooh.
If I remember correctly, she was known for her legs.
Oh,
They might have been called gams back then. I don't know.
Yeah. Was it Betty Grable?
It was Betty Grable. See, we got 2 in a row.
Look at that. See, we were just waiting for our time, man.
Damn.
Waiting for our time.
Well, everyone, that's been another episode of the Pub Trivia Experience. We hope you enjoyed the show, because honestly, Mike, that was a lot of fun for me. That was fun.
I love it. Yeah. I mean, I'm just, I don't get to play Trivial Pursuit anymore. I love Trivial Pursuit.
I do too. That was a lot of fun, and it actually ended up being a closer game than I would have thought, because I have to dumb.
It did.
You can find the Pub Trivia Experience on Instagram or Facebook, Pub Trivia Experience, Twitter at Pub Trivia Pod, PubTriviaExperience.com. If you want to be a part of the show, feel free to reach out. The social medias are fine, or PubTriviaExperience@gmail.com. If you're actually enjoying the show, leave us a 5-star rating, write us a review wherever you listen to the show. That would be awesome. As Mike mentioned earlier, find our sister podcast, Boozy Bracketology. That is a March Madness style bracket, 64 seed or 68 depending on the month, that we will complete beginning to end each and every month. You can find it anywhere you get podcasts. Neither here nor there. For the Pub Trivia Experience, I have been Chris.
I have been Mike, and also we are hopefully at some point going to finish our Batman and Robin commentary track. I don't know if I'll be able to procure another can of the Combat Spandex beer. I hope to, but stay tuned for that as well, because that should be a ton of fun. And like I said, I've been Mike.
And Steven, my friend, get well soon. We will get you back for that Batman commentary track that we are looking forward to. Everyone, though, have a great and a safe week.